Hey guys, testing. Jeff, did you have to find me again? I mean, guys, am I still on the original page? Hey Tara, how you doing? Nice. Hey, Aretha Films, Dave's RC found me. Hey, okay. My question, guys, am I on the same page that I had scheduled? No. Jeff says no. Okay, I don't know what is up with that. It tells you to schedule an event. So I schedule an event and it puts me on that page and there's no controls on that page. I mean, now I'm on a live stream page, but I had to start it like now. So in the future, I think what I'll do is I'll just make a little video clip and I'll advertise the fact that I'm going to be having doing this and then until I learn how to work this, right? It sounds like a good idea. Let's get some light on the subject here, huh, guys? Hold on a second. That's a little better. And I will put my cigarette out, guys. That's not very good etiquette. Okay, guys, we're back here, and Lee Davidson out there. Is he here yet? Let me see. I don't see Lee, not yet. But he gave me a little razz this afternoon with a message says, "Okay, where's the Corsair build, Skip? Come on, get her done." And I'm like, okay, all right, already. My back's been kind of out with this weather up and down, guys. The pressure, you know how they show you the graphs on the weather stuff. Pressure waves look like somebody's dying EKG. I mean, it's got all kinds of cardiac rhythms and everything in there, including no flat line yet. But man, that guy's dying if you look at it. So what I thought I'd do is maybe we would do the Corsair build live. I was thinking I was going to be about the first guy to do that live. And then I saw Dave was doing it. Dave, you beat me to it, buddy. Good job. Let's see who all we got here. Everybody's got a wrench. Did I give this many wrenches out? I must have. So got Jeff's RC, Eric Rogers. We've got Dave's RC, Aretha Films, Eric. What did I say a couple times there? Dennis Farley. Hey, buddy. How you doing? How you doing, Dennis? Glad you guys were able to find me again. I don't know what's up with the YouTube thing, and I'm going to have to figure out how. And I don't know how to test it without actually going live and bugging all of you. So we'll figure that out, too. I think I kind of fumbled across a control that said I could do it privately, which means it would still list it, it would still do it, but only I could view it, kind of thing. I don't know how that would work. I'll have to check that out. Hey Barry G's RC, how's it going, buddy? Love RC, nice to see you. Okay, let's what is the wrench? Aretha Films wants to know what is the wrench. Wrench is for moderators, and those are guys that can click on somebody that's saying something bad that shouldn't be said, maybe on my channel, or they're just getting nasty, or maybe they don't like me. You know, there's enough of those guys out there, the haters. And they have the power of either booting them out or giving them a timeout. You know, basically sit down for a little while. You don't get to talk for a while. You're being reprimanded. So that's what a wrench gives you the right to do. Awesome. Okay. Aretha, you want a wrench, honey? Are you a lady? Aretha Films. Aretha, like Aretha Franklin. Who put me in the corner? Dave's RC says, we put you in the corner. Why did you put me in the corner? Okay, and Aretha Films guy is a guy. I go by Reborn 8 usually. Okay, got that, buddy. Bad people in the chat. Oh, did you already put somebody in the corner, Dave? I didn't even catch it. I didn't even. You must have caught it before I did. Jeff says, at least I was on time. Well, I was trying awful hard. I've been sitting here for 45 minutes trying to make sure that this thing was going to work. And it still didn't, of course. You know how that goes. Oh, I thought somebody went had to do a timeout. All right. You guys want me to get going here? Probably. Okay. Oh, my bacon back. And the good Lord said, let there be light. And this was good. I think that's all I remember from my childhood catechism classes. Anyway, the microphone on this is supposed to be pretty darn good out to about 9 feet. So you guys let me know how it sounds, how everything looks, if you're getting a clear picture, if I'm showing everything. Kind of getting this thing out of the box. Now, I'm not wearing my glasses, which I should, because then I'd be able to see what's being written, guys. So if I'm over on this side here for a little bit, just bear with me. I'll pop in and out and take a read, okay? I'm just going to get some of this stuff out of the way here. Pull out some of our, well, let's see. You know what I was going to do first? Pardon me there. Pardon me there. And I get to look and see what anybody said here. We came. Hey, I appreciate all you guys come. How many, I know what Pilot Ryan was trying to do here before, and I don't see how many viewers I've got. I got 4 thumbs ups. Is that 11 people watching? Am I reading that right up in the corner? 11? Somebody say yes or no. Today? Just kidding. 11 so far. Okay, so I'm reading this. So up in the corner of my screen here, there's a 4 thumbs ups I've got so far, and 12 watching now. Okay, cool. So this is a learning experience for me too, guys. Hey, I like my RC cabinet. Everything I need at drawers and everything. And then 2 big bottom drawers where all of this is going to get filed nice and neatly in there. Dun, dun, dun. Protect our desktop. With a Maui beach blanket. Should do. See what else we got in the box again here. Kind of sneaking another unboxing at the same time here. Drop tanks. Hardware kit. I didn't go over all the stuff that's in that hardware kit, but there's a little different amenities that we're going to be sticking on this plane. And it's not all screwed together, as I found out. Pilot Ryan did an excellent build on this thing, guys. So if you want to see, detail too, he gets close-ups and stuff like that, and he does things a little different. He noticed too there were no carbon spar or anything, no spar or anything for the rear tail section. This is going to be a simple glue together. He just used simple foam tack glue on both sides, stuck it through, and foam tacked around. I'm going to use the little poke at it method I use. I just usually use a toothpick or something like that. And you just wanted, the idea is there just to get some undercuts into the foam. So when you squish that glue through there, you get all these little shots of glue that are going different places and go into the foam in different angles. So when it glues hard, you have a firm, one solid piece that you can't just snap apart. You know, it's going to have all these little fingers embedded in the foam to hold it together. So that's going to make it about as strong as it can. Its thickness it's not nearly as thin as the Hobby Zone, one of the older Hobby Zones that I've got that didn't have a spar either. And that was one of the first things that just snapped right off the back. Of course, Mike's timber didn't help when he cut it in half the second time. So anyway, we get this stuff out here. What that is, piece of foam. Okay. So is this a good idea, guys? Do you like you want to do it this way, or do you think I should just do a speed build, or you want to just sit here and shoot RC shoot, shoot, you know what I mean? Beep. Just shoot the crap from maybe what any of you got to fly yesterday. Anybody have a nice weekend? I know our weather was really just downright horrible for the last month and a half now. I'm reading, speed reading. Barry, you're starving? Can't you pop a TV dinner and microwave, listen for it go beep? That's what I do. We'll wait for you. Jeff, you had some great flights this weekend. Yeah, you flew your Corsair, didn't you? Huh? Oh, man, I was envious. You know, I have not flown my big Corsair back there yet, and I know I want to. I've been meaning to. But it's got a few issues that it came with that I still haven't quite figured out, like the rear landing gear. It'll go down, but when it wants to go up, it just jams and binds, and then it stays that way. So it's like no good, and you can't steer with it in anything. Dave says Jeff has been a flying machine. That's hysterical. So yeah, it's a great plane. How is it inverted flight as well with that bent bastard wing? I would think upside down that thing probably flies like a top wing. All right, let's get this thing going here, guys. And from what I saw, this just goes in here really hard. So we had to pop this out from inside the last time. Okay, so we don't hurt that. Try to keep our parts in view here. Got a propeller. Set that up here. And I'm thinking, if I recall, one of the first things I'm going to want to do is probably to glue what do you think? Glue these on first and then let it dry for a few minutes and we can talk, and then I'll slap the wings and stuff on. That sound pretty good? Or should we glue this on last and say good night? I know some Barry wants to go eat. Oh, it's all good, bro. Okay. So, see, I got myself a couple little things here set up already. And our first crash didn't even make it out the door, man. God damn it. Hate when that happens. Let's see how well it held up. God bless it, man. What did I hit it with? The back of my chair? Probably high back chair. Sitting like this. I knocked it off there. So it landed like this. And I don't see a mark on it. That's not possible. Not a mark. Not a mark on it, guys. Look at this thing. Unbelievable. This thing just took a roll off my desk. A gain or two. I think it went head first. I'll see what the video shows. But yeah, not even on the top, not even on the tail. Didn't even smush that. Nothing on the cowl. Got lucky there, didn't I? Lock that in place here a little bit. That is real forward heavy. It wants to go that way, doesn't it? Let's see. More like that. Okay, and you guys can still see that. That's good. Okay, we'll grab our two tail sections here. And again, like I was saying, guys, I like to go at in different angles. So around the sides and stuff here, I'm going to want to go, maybe that way and then that way. So I mix it up a little bit, as I'm stabbing this thing around. And when the glue goes in there, then it smushes between those little holes going in different directions. Okay, and don't be afraid to put a couple of them up through here because they're going to smush and they're going to grab on the inside a little bit better too. Don't know how far that goes in, but I imagine it goes in pretty far. But we're going to at least give it a little help here. Okay, there's one. I'll do this one too. And I'm going maybe about that deep. Okay, guys, you can see on the toothpick there, not going too deep at all. Maybe about maybe a quarter of an inch. I'll stab this one around here too again. Not used to doing live videos. I'm kind of used to just concentrating on what I'm doing and not having to make sure I'm in camera. Got to start somewhere though, right? Right, Dave? Were you as nervous as I am the first time? Like to work my foam hinges a little bit. Pretty stout hinges they actually seem like. Don't want to seem to easily crack or loosen up. So there we go. That feels pretty good. This one's still a little stiff though. There we go. Boy, this thing's going to take no time at all, is it? Grab our glue. I use foam tack all the time, guys. It's the best stuff in the world. Even held my tire valve on when I had some kid kicked my valve stem and it was leaking and almost going down. I was able to foam tack it back up there. When it dried, I was able to air up the tire. I drove it for 3 days till I could get it replaced, and it didn't leak an ounce. Well, you know what? In this case here, guys, I'm going to put the cap back on the glue here for a second because I also want to get inside this part here where it slides in, because that's all painted and stuff in there, and the foam doesn't always go right through the paint, and we don't just want it coming apart. We want it to adhere in there since this is a glue together here back here. Go all around it. That should do it. See if I can't get this in a little bit closer here for you guys. Is this looking all right, guys? I need to move it in a little bit. There, that looks a little better, huh? You don't really need to see me. Half my head's okay. Okay, I had it open once and it was coming out. Now, it doesn't want to. Where'd that toothpick go? There we go. And I just kind of smear it around in here, getting all those undercuts and the back sides here. It doesn't take much because we're going to put a little bit on all the edges so that it doesn't warp or do weird things to the foam. How we doing, guys? Everybody hanging in there? And I'm just going to get some more of this if I can get. There it is. It either comes out a little bit or it comes out a lot, huh? In this case, it kind of came out a lot, so we're going to share it with this one. Smooth it around a little bit. Got a little string cheese there that just pulls off of there. So I kind of pull it apart because if it does fall on the paint, it's easy to take off right away. You don't have to like wait and then try to ball it up. But I think I may have screwed this one up just a tad over on this side. Okay, we're gonna leave that be for just a second. I want to get some glue on this. Now back here. And this bare foam here. And it just slides right in there. And that one looks pretty good. Just a little smooth there. Okay. going to put a little dab on this side as well. Now, in the time period it's taken for the stuff that I put on this surface here, outside surface, it's already really good and tacky. So as soon as I join these things together, they are going to be one solid piece and be almost ready to use. But just to make sure, I'm going to put a little bit more there. And aside from the little tiny ornaments and stuff, that should be all the glue I need. Good, because I'm almost out of it. This one should slide right in here. The little tiny tab tails back here, you gotta be careful with that. And that just slides straight in, joins up with the other one. Make sure I got no glue on my fingers. And what did I do with my rag? Here it is. Take a fresh corner of the rag. Alcohol works great, but it also removes paint if you do it quick enough with a little saliva. You can smooth that right out of there. That wasn't quick enough, but close. Really does need to be quick. If it's not quick enough, what it does do though is it makes it to a point there when it starts to dry, you can just roll it with your finger and it will come off very nice and easy. The side actually came out pretty nice. I don't know if you guys can see that well enough there. Let's turn the light up a little bit more yet. There. This side came out nice. Oh, got a dog hair on the glue. My dogs like to go flying with me all the time. They always seem to end up on my airplanes somehow, some way. There's all the hair flying around this place all the time. So what are we missing here? We're doing pretty good so far. I'm going to take a second here, too, guys, and read, if you always don't mind, see what I've missed. And as far as Dave Schwarzenegger, I'm seeing some funny stuff going on here. I'm going to try something different with this airplane, by the way, guys. I got my hands on a AS3X receiver from a Sequoia, and it's supposed to have safe select. I don't know if that's going to work for me or not, but the AS3X part should probably work. So I should be able to use the receiver. I see you guys just been kind of talking amongst each other. That's kind of cool. Yeah, see, it gives you guys a chance to hang out and do things, right? Love you guys. Let's see what they got in this little goodie bag here. Lane says he's doing radar stuff for artillery. Eric Rogers took 45 rockets one day alone, just barely missed the base. You guys are talking real stuff, aren't you? Swapping war stories. So let's see, we've got 5 bolts. I think we only need 4, so they gave us an extra. Wing bolts, that's cool. And we got our little package of the ornaments that go on the back. That's cool. We'll do those last. And little spinner prop assembly. We can go ahead and put that together now. I should balance this prop, and I probably will actually before I fly it, but for the sake of letting Barry go eat and whoever else is hungry, I'll try to just get this done as painless as possible. Da, 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 da. You guys want some music? Anybody want music? Alexa, play some copyrighted. Never mind, Alexa. I got to think about what I want to say first. Alexa, play some copyright-free music. That should be a tough one.
Playing your liked and most played songs. To keep things fresh, keep telling me what you like.
Oh, I don't think this one's going to work. Alexa, stop. Alexa, got anything from Beethoven? Alexa, anything from Beethoven?
Sorry, I can't play messages from a specific contact.
It's supposed to be a smart speaker. Alexa, play something from Beethoven or Mozart.
Shuffling songs by Ludwig van Beethoven on Amazon Music.
Beethoven? All right, there we go. Do you start dancing? Skip? No, I'm not going to dance. You guys caught me the other day. That was supposed to be a test. You know, that wasn't even expected, to tell you the truth. All of a sudden, I'm live. Oh, really? I'm really live? So I kind of had to go with it. It was after I'd already embarrassed myself with the dance. Nobody was watching, and then all of a sudden somebody popped in, and somebody else popped in, and it's like, uh-oh, busted. 5:30 in the morning. Who the hell's up at 5:30 in the morning? I was hoping I'd get away with it. That's me. I never get away with nothing. Story of my life. Let's see here. Oh. It sounds nice. Feels nice. You guys like the music, or should I kill it? Let's see what all's got to come through this wing. Cool. Whole big subsection here. I'm trying to show you guys what the hell I'm doing here. Okay, stay. Just cutting this off right here. We had it on too tight to just slide it off. So, I have to cut it off. And I like to make sure all my connections and stuff are tight, especially on these boxes and when they've pre-wired and stuff for you. Make sure that they're all on there, good and firm, both sides. And I'm just simply going to turn the wing around the right way. Feed my wires right through. Make sure I've cleared all the wires. Nothing's pinched. And here would be an example, guys. I'm going to try and show an example of what I'm checking for. If you can see down in here, down in the bottom in there, I've got some wires that are actually pinched. They're not in the grooves where the wings are made for. So it's keeping the wing from being able to go up all the way. You want to make sure that those are in those grooves before you put the wing down all the way, so it does fit nice and flush. And it's beautiful. It's nice. It's real nice. I would say we could probably go ahead and put in our wing bolts. One, two. That one went kind of deep. They are all the same length, okay? Yeah, they're all the same length. I guess the front two just go a little bit deeper than the rear ones. Grab a wrench. Let's see, it's going to be this one. I don't tighten until I get them both flush. Tap that off a couple. Alexa, stop. Enough music for now. Knowing YouTube, they'll kill it for this, just for that. Even though it's really Mozart and he's dead. They're crazy sometimes with their policies. Okay, that one's down. Kind of feel it where it touches a little bit. Let's make sure these front ones touch. Get in there. Well, they're doing something, man. They're tightening. Okay. And rear one's tight. I'm not sure if these here actually bit into anything. Or if I got a slippage on that one. I'm not sure. I think that one's slipping. This one tightens. This one tightens. That one slips. I might have to get in there and do a little glue. So I would be removing this piece again, finding that insert and seeing why it's doing that. That's a shame. It's because it's a nice looking plane. I can't believe it took the fall that it didn't. Nothing happened to it. So basically, in a nutshell, guys, this is pretty much as simple a build as it gets. Just attaching the control rods and stuff is and setting up on the radio is probably all I've really got to worry about. What did I go in here for? Just going to try and put one of those in there and see if it works. I won't waste your time with that. That's just something else that I'm going to try. I probably will end up actually having to put a regular receiver in there for the simple fact that these are a lot of times programmed specifically for one of the E-flite airplanes, like the ones, especially with the AS3X Safe Select. They're programmed for that plane. In other words, the way it flies, so they've got it tuned. The gyro is tuned just for that plane. This is almost kind of like a Sukhoi, so that's why I'm going to try it. We'll see. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and it didn't cost me anything to try that way. So that's kind of cool. If not, I'll probably just put my, I've got another receiver in there. I've got the Admiral with the one-button stabilize gyro receiver. I've been having pretty good luck with those. So that's probably what I will end up using, but we are going to try this one. Now this plane, from what I understand, pilot Ryan's flown his a couple times, and he's had great luck with just a 2200 on it. So obviously that's really all it needs. He says, obviously you could do something bigger if you want to move the battery back a little bit, but he's been enjoying flights and the way it feels on the 2200s. And that's 3S. I'm going to try a 4S too, once I get comfortable with the 3S flight. So basically, that's kind of it. I've attached my stuff here, guys. If you have any questions, I'm going to sit in front of the computer in about 2 seconds and read everybody's questions. Talk to you. These just slide right on. Man, a blind person could put this together. These are already hooked up. They're already centered. The servos are even, the horns are even already centered. They're right where they should be to do what they're supposed to do. That's incredible. And day glow LEDs on these things, guys. Not just regular LEDs. They got the real bright ones, the Cree LEDs on these things. All right, so that's pretty much it, except for a couple of doodads. You guys want to see me put the doodads on there too? What did we do? Break it already? Sure we did. Our first repair. That didn't stay on there very well. Oops. Barely touched that one too. I'm gonna guess this one's probably. This one's not as bad, but it could use a little reinforcement. This one was just obviously not glued on very well, so it didn't break the foam. And all the foam's still there. What they needed to do is take the foam, the paint off the foam before they glue things on. It's a shame. They are leaving enough white foam there so the glue attaches to it, because it doesn't like going through paint. Hey, this is no problem. This is called hobbying, right? We know they're built in China. For the most part, they're selling us expensive stuff for that's made like shit, which really pisses me off. And then with the tariffs and stuff that are going on now, guess who's paying that stuff? Okay, China, 25%. Well, I know they've never paid us anything. About time they do. But who's really paying it in the long run? I bought an airplane last year, cost $199. You know what that plane's going for now? $269. And that was when it was a 10% tariff. Okay. They didn't tell us about the 10%, really. They didn't talk too much about what percentage it was, just there was a tariff. Now all of a sudden it's going up to 20%. And no, this is not a conspiracy channel. So I'm just going to leave it be. I don't like politics anyway. Rat bastards. They're all crooked. Make sure I put this on the right way. Just slide in like that, right? Hold it for 10 seconds. It'll never come apart again. All right, so what have I been missing here? What have I been missing? I'm in skip. Okay, that's where I'm starting up here. Ray Charles. To me, center of airplane, no matter what, it should be all the same level as right level. It's different. As far as level of the airplane, no, sometimes you do see a little, little drift with the tail. It could be up, it could be down, just the way it's, just the style of it is. But the plane surfaces need to be in the same direction, if that's what you meant. Right, Brian? So the camera, you guys happy with the camera and the sound? Does it sound good? Is it grainy? I've got a fan going over here. You can probably even hear that. If I turn that off, maybe that's quiet things down a little bit. And this is ready. Okay? I can't even pull that off of there now. Hopefully I glued it on the right direction, right? There we go. Now this one's on there. Okay. I'd pull that right off too and just fix it while I had it. Sometimes I do a little proactive things, especially if one side is loose. I figure, well, maybe the other side is loose too. So it's just that kind of thing with these things. You never know. I'm going to have to remember to get in there and do that one stud for the front part of the wing. I don't think it's a game changer on this size of a plane, but still, you want it right. Let's see, instead of doing this way. There we go. So that was really it, guys. I mean, my parts bag is empty. All I've got is little plastic components to glue in the top back there. And there's just 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. So any questions on this plane? I mean, it's pretty straightforward. I've never really seen anything simpler other than maybe besides a Hobby King Durafly. The Trojan, I had one of those. That was pretty easy. Autocorrect. We'll find out how that AS3X receiver works in this thing. I've always been dying to try if you could put one of those AS3X Safe Select receivers into another airplane. And then after doing a little bit of research on it, I found out that it doesn't really work that way. They are programmed from the factory. If there is an A designation after your, what is it, a 636 receiver, 636A, if there's an A on there, that means it's been programmed for a particular model airplane. And that there's a number on the receiver itself that actually coincides with that airplane. So that means they set up the gyros and everything according to the way that plane flies. And they did it tuned just for that plane. So the chances are of it flying this plane real well, maybe not so good. That's why I've got another receiver in the background. But it is worth a try because I've always been dying to just wondering if I could do it. The other idea was taking my old Hobby Zone back there that's been cut in half twice, once by the timber, Mike's timber up in midair. I don't know if you guys remember that midair crash. That was hysterical. But yeah, that's got an AS3X safe select with 2 different levels. So, you can have it either for beginner or intermediate and then advanced. I always thought that was kind of cool. But it's not using all the channels on it. And I don't know if they're all programmed or not where I'd be able to still get my gear and my flaps. So step 1, we're going to try this one first. If this one doesn't work, I might try the other one. If that doesn't work, then I'm just going to put a normal gyro receiver in it and call it a day. Set it all up, put it on the radio, and be done with it. But Lee Davidson, I'm surprised I didn't see him here yet tonight because he was the one that gave me such a hard time about it this morning. I'm sure he'll see this video. Fred Barron, how's it going, buddy? Let's see, how many guys have I got up here? 13. My lucky number, 13. Oh, my gosh. Remember that? I'm not kidding. 13 follows me around. So, Jeff, you did some awesome flying, I understand. This weekend you flew that Corsair. I'm still jealous of that plane. I'd have bought one if they hadn't, honest to God, this is the truth, if they hadn't jacked the price up as I was looking at the screen. I mean, I was about ready to hit on the button and buy that plane, and the price went boom, up like $70, $69. I'm like, holy, what? I was just about to buy that plane. And they did that on another plane too. One that was on sale. I was going to pick up another, like I've got up there, like that one up there, the B-24. I was going to pick up another one of those in the silver so that I could kind of deck it out and age it and stuff, weather it. But that disappeared right in front of my very eyes too. At that point, I got frustrated and I just went over to Horizon Hobby, and I happened to see that they had that. They had a couple of planes on sale that I liked, so I snagged those. What is that, Jeff? Oh, when you fly her, you'll forget the price. That's true. Except I've got 3 Corsairs now. I can't believe I won one. I was looking possibly still at that 1600 millimeter. But, now I've got I got 3 Corsairs now. I just can't justify getting another one, nor do I have the room. I'd have to get rid of the 1700 millimeter. I'm determined to fly that one before, or kill it before it goes. I've had it long enough. It needs to get up in the air. That's one of the big problems, with the long flight season. We don't get a chance to fly very much, or I should say our season. It's not a long flight season. We don't get a chance to fly much here, and the build time is incredible. I mean, I can order planes, I can work on all the planes, I can only do so much, and then I got to build another plane. Next thing I know, I've got 5 or 6 planes that need to be flown. I haven't gotten around to it, and all the excitement of building that plane is off of there now. So like now it's been a wall hanger. Say like the F4 I just bought. I still haven't been able to fly that plane. I've been dying to, and it's coming up soon, I know, but I'm not as hyped as I was anymore. Now it's hanging, it looks good, I'm not as familiar with it because I didn't just build it, so it'll be like starting all over again with it, learning, how did I set this up? Okay, that kind of thing. Get her done, Skip. I see that. But I plan on doing all these. My goal is to be able to fly all these airplanes before I die. So hopefully I keep buying planes, right? Anyway, I've got like 5 or 6 maidens that need to be done soon. And quite frankly, guys, I've only flown maybe not quite 3/4 of all the planes I've got. I've probably got 20 planes I haven't flown. So, got to get to it. The weather's got to get right. And I got to find the right place to do it too. I'm tired of getting chased out of places with these jerks that don't believe in RC. But, you just kill them with kindness until they legalize shotguns. Yeah, you got to keep up with all your planes and settings and stuff too. And that's the thing, so it's like after I've, I built this, like that one right up there, the B-24. Okay, I got to fly it a couple of 2-3 times, maybe 4 times after I built it. you know, and that was like almost what, 2 years ago, 2 seasons ago, or 1 season ago. Okay, in any case, I mean, it's old news now, and I've already forgot all the extras I did to it. I forgot what the settings were. You know, sure, the radio remembers, but I don't. It'll be like flying a maiden again. You know, I don't have any muscle memory for that plane. Hey, I'm up to 16 whole viewers. Wow, I got 11 thumbs ups. That's not bad. That's almost that's a pretty good percentage of 16, guys. Thank you. Appreciate that. I can use it. And you know, like I said, this is a learning experience for me too. So, you guys have any advice? You know, maybe you know a little bit more about this. I'm working on my etiquette too, trying not to look at the camera, but not while I'm reading. I've got the teleprompter set up behind the camera, so it kind of looks like I'm still looking at you, but I'm really using that peripheral vision thing, and that's what somebody told me to do. So let's see how that goes. Trying to keep everything in view here. Yeah, and the autofocus thing on this thing works. Cool. When I set it up for set the camera up for you know, like to take photos, it does this square box around my eyes and my face, and it follows me all around the room, so the focus is right there. And this camera actually, yeah, this camera here actually, it goes. I can hear it move a little bit in there. So it's like it's a not a digital autofocus, but it's a manual autofocus. So there's an optical zoom, you know, an optical focus mechanism in there, which I think is kind of cool. So, but it does seem to work quite nice, and I like the picture on it. And so far, the sound seems pretty good. It's watching me. Yeah, it is. It is. I always unplug this thing too because I'm, you know, suspicious. It's bad enough that I've got my ALEXA, the echo units. I'll call them those. I was going to nickname them Christine because they don't always act right. And you know, remember Christine? She had a mind of her own. You guys don't mind, I'm gonna hit on my duals here. My mouth is getting a little dry. But yeah, foam tack, that stuff's already good to go. I'm just going to hook up the control rods back there and center them out, and that'll be about it. Put the receiver in there, and battery should be all good to go. Sorry I didn't test it up. I didn't fire it up for you. Like I say, I'm going to be experimenting with the receivers, so I don't want to set anything permanent to my radio yet. Okay? Hope you understand. I'm sure everything works. If it doesn't, I don't care. The plane was free, but it is a nice little ride here, guys. It's a nice little plane, and it looks a hell of a lot better than my old Hobby Zone that has just been beat to snot out of. Look at that, nice and tight now. Nice and stout, guys. I like it. I think we're gonna have some fun with this. Well, I did do a little damage. I thought I had to have done something. Right. Let's see here. Get the light. Right there. I got a little wrinkle. So I must have caught that lip on something. But I got a little wrinkle there, and that wasn't there because this thing was flawless. But I can't even hardly see that. And I bet I can smooth that out too. So that's about it. So who wants to go have dinner? You want to call this a night? Or you want to see another crash? Stay. Oh. Did anybody hear barking? Children, are you in here? I left my dogs out. Oh my gosh, I'll be right back, guys. Hold tight. I left my dogs out. They're going to be so mad. Oh, I did. Oh, shame on Dad. Oh, I am sorry, guys. Come on. Oh, good thing it wasn't raining, huh? No. You come back in here. Yes, no. Daddy. Hey, come on. No. Back in here. Back in the kitchen. Thank you. A hard time about it. I'm sorry I locked you guys outside. I didn't mean to. Didn't mean to leave you out. And it's got to get back in there. It's got to keep away now. Here I come, guys. Sorry about that. Poor dogs. At least it wasn't raining out. Ah, poor babies. Okay. Oh, shit, left the kids outside. Yes, I did. Oh, I got the stink eye bad. Abby gave me the cold shoulder. As soon as she walked in, she was coming here, went in the bathroom, calling her back. She's not going to listen. She did, but she didn't look at me. Would not look at me. Now she's in the corner and won't look at me. Willie, he loves me anyway. Maggie's not happy with me, but Willie loves me. Let's see. Well, I guess that's about it, huh, guys? Should I let you guys go? I didn't have anything else to really do. I was going to show you that bomb drop / parachute deployment. Somebody made a joke of that because I got my Metters list. I'm a little dyslexic from time to time, but that bomb drop that I made, and I've got a couple more ideas maybe to make it a little bit better, but it should be pretty cool. I could either put a parachute in the thing, which would work for a drone or a smaller plane, or what I'm planning on doing is paying Marty back. Remember those guys, that low flight when he almost took my hat and camera right off my head? I figure a bomb drop with an egg might be appropriate. Just a thought. See there, I got a handful of these really cool, like cherry bombs, pearl bombs. They don't hurt or nothing, but they're loud. They scare the hell out of them. And all they gotta do is hit you to go off. Not the snap caps. These are a lot louder. They look like firecrackers, but they're super sensitive. Just boom, and they're loud. You can drop those out of that thing. So, all right, guys. I enjoyed your company. I enjoyed doing this. This was an experience for me, and we'll catch you another day, another way. See you guys. Have a good one. Thanks for joining me. Appreciate it. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll have a better show next time. I'll do a little planning. We'll get better. Bye for now. In 3, 2, 1.